Today I'm taking a look at the Syphon Filter PlayStation 1 PC port project. I'll be covering my initial impressions, a quick setup guide to help you get it up and running, and then I'll talk about some of the early issues you can expect. This is an early public test version, so there's bound to be issues. A lot of them have been reported already, but overall I think this is pretty solid for it so far. This was one of my favorite PlayStation 1 titles growing up, so I'm really excited to keep playing this. It's been a while. Now, one of the biggest things that caught my eye off the bat was the FPS settings, which can go well above 120 FPS. On the original PS1, you were capped at 20 FPS or so there's definitely a pretty big difference off the bat in terms of what I saw here versus emulation. PS1 emulation also never had proper mouse and keyboard hook controls for this. You can do that here. There's some kinks and some stuff that I'll talk to about at the end, but overall, hey, that's pretty exciting. So to set up the game, you're going to need to download the public test release from GitHub, which I've linked in the description. Once you download that, you need to extract your zip into a new folder location of your choice. Once you do the extraction, run syphon_filter.exe. Make sure you have the right version or the game might not work. Now once you're done all of this, you can tweak your settings in the configuration menu, resolution, anti-aliasing, frame rate. You can adjust your controls to your liking. If you're on a 4K monitor, setting the launcher directly to native 4K can cause the image to stretch beyond your screen boundaries. To avoid that, you're going to want to either drop your resolution tier below 4K, or once the game boots, press Alt plus Enter to snap it into a more proportioned full screen view. In terms of the mouse and keyboard controls out of the box, keybinds are fairly consistent with what you would expect from a standard PC shooter. W moves forward, S moves backward, but there's a few nuanced quirks you're going to want to know about for Syphon Filter controls. Rather than free looking with your mouse, A and D is what rotates Logan's camera and body, which leaves E and Q as the buttons that you use to strafe to move left and right. In the original PS1 game, running sideways was handled by L1 and R1, so that's just kind of consistent with that setup here. You can rebind these however you like, but just know that the strafe control is pretty essential, especially at harder levels later on when you're going to want to be peeking around tight corners during firefights. So currently on my playthrough, I'm on the Expo Center, and it's been pretty good so far from a performance standpoint. Somebody reported in the bugs very harsh drops of FPS when fighting Anton Girdeux. I didn't experience that myself. I thought the fight was pretty smooth overall. So there's probably going to be different behaviors for different systems, is my guess here on those combat heavy scenes. A few other things that I think I hope get improved quickly is with the mouse hook dropping. Occasionally during using the manual aim, the crosshair would completely disappear, or if I swept my mouse too far off center and I tried to use the aim button, it wouldn't actually come up. So I think the mouse hooking is just getting lost when you cursor your mouse too far in one direction. There's also no in-game sensitivity slider right now for you to adjust the mouse, at least not that I could find. So the default can feel pretty high out of the gate. My workaround for this was to create a low DPI profile using my Razer Elite mouse software to slow it down. But honestly, having a slider in-game would definitely be a great quality of life improvement, which I hope they do down the line. Outside of that, there's a few issues, like I mentioned, currently reported under GitHub in an open state, some already classified as bugs, but I think that's to be expected at this early stage of the project. But yeah, exciting stuff to see this beautiful classic come back with modern standards. Let me know in the comments which Syphon Filter 1 mission was your favorite. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now.
Girdeux, I hope Romer's paying you enough to die for him.
Gabriel Logan, always the optimist. Look around, Logan. This hall contains the mosaic depicting the entire history of your country's wars and aggression. We are about to make an addition to it.
I don't think so, Girdeux. It ends here.
Gabe, Girdoux's wearing full body armor. You've got to find a weak spot.
Hold still. You can't hide forever. You can't win, Logan. You can't run forever! You'll have to do better than that. That's the best you can do?
Gabe, are you alright?
He's finished, Leon. Get CBDC in here. Tell Benton I need an evac.
Copy that.
We've analyzed blood taken from Romer's men. It contains